it sounds like a huge marketing and public relations war.
It is.
Because ultimately, we're all consumers, and we can go out of our way and choose a locally grown organic option. Yeah, you might have to go online. You might have to order it, become part of a collective.
Yes,
get the food delivered, weekly or whatever. Or you can go and drive through McDonald's.
Yeah.
And now there's a PR war happening in your brain that, McDonald's isn't so bad, and we got the new vegetables at McDonald's, and la la la. And then, so it's this war in our brains, right? And we just have to try to make the correct and more informed choices.
It is, and unfortunately, we don't have an accounting system that accounts for all of those externalized costs that cheap food creates, from antimicrobial resistance to superbugs, MRSA, C. diff, to Campylobacter, E. coli, Listeria. I mean, these are all caused by that. Interestingly, about 12 years ago, the Government Accounting Office in the U.S., the Congressional GAO, a Government Accounting Office, which is a nonpartisan, research group that works for Congress, they were commissioned to research foodborne illness, toxic food. And they came out with 4 things that created foodborne illnesses. Number 1 was centralized farming, huge centralized farms. Number 2, centralized processing, huge mega processing facilities. Number 3 was long distance transportation, long distribution chains. And the 4th was commitment to antibiotics, was routine antibiotic use, drugging your dinner. Now, interestingly, so this is what they came up with. Now, that actually is true. I mean, something true came out of the government. All right, cool, great, all right. Now, you would think that somebody at a high policy decision, a president, let's say, would look at those 4 things and say, okay, if that's the problem, what's the opposite of those things? Well, what's the opposite of centralized farms? Oh, a lot of small, vibrant family farms. What's the opposite of centralized processing? Oh, community kitchens, cottage industry, maybe your own home kitchen, domestic culinary arts. Use your techno-glitzy kitchen that's more gadgetized than anybody's ever had, and use it to prepare, preserve, package, and work with food. Now we have time bake. We've got hot and cold water. We've got refrigerators. We've got ranges and cool stuff. The third was long distance distribution. What's the opposite of warehouses and long distance distribution? Let's see. We got to think real hard on that one. What would be the opposite? That sounds like local. Local transparent systems. And the 4th one, the routine use of antibiotics. Well, what's the opposite of that? Well, the opposite of that is creating a terrain on farm for the tomatoes, the peppers, the chickens, and the pigs, a habitat that actually reverences and honors the physiological distinctiveness of that life form, of that being. So it affirms the pigness, it affirms the tomato-ness, it affirms a habitat and creates a terrain that actually builds immunological function. Wow, amazing that. We could actually build immunological function. And so, the solution to these 4 things are not rocket science. But what would we do? We just push them under the table because that's too hard.
Right.
And we have too big a ship to turn around. We've got, as I think Teddy Roosevelt is said to have said, he said, it's really hard to get a person to see something different when his paycheck depends on believing something else.
Yeah. Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.